Hello, gentlemen. With 4 weeks down the books, we're starting to see who has eyes for the postseason, who's going to be among the four losers who can't make it into a 16 postseason. We had unblemished records at stake and a team hunting for their first win. And if you remember, I made some predictions last week, so we'll see how I did on those. All that and more on the Honkie Football League Network. This is the recap.
2 words! Rock, shock, shot a J-Hawk. Never been to jail cause I never get caught. Like I'm smart, dark, dangerous dog. ODB, get it right from the start. You got one and you change from crazy to...
First up to get analyzed, we have for week 4, we got Joiking Off versus Coon and the Cobb. After Coon and the Cobb went into Sunday with 0.9 points from Deshaun Jackson from his Thursday Night Football turd of a performance, he needed to have a big day on Sunday. And a huge game was had by one of his players. Aaron Rodgers put on a show Sunday at Soldier Field, racking up 28.88 points, outscoring Joiking Off's QB Jay Cutler by 9.74 points. Problem was their defense got them a negative scores for 2 weeks in a row now, and only 2 other players in double digits. Coon the Cobb is now 2-2 and is streaking with losses, with a score of 61.58 to Joiking Off's 115.24. Called that one. Next, we have our closest and highest scoring matchup of the week, with 232.4 points scored cumulative between the two of them. Hot Graham versus Zubaz. Tony Romo and Terrence Williams are the guys who got Hot Graham this narrow victory. And it made me look silly for doubting the greatness that is Tony Romo's arm, some of the time. But they posted nearly 45 points between the two of them, which is pretty impressive. Well, that and they had 5 other players on their team who put up double digits for Hot Graham. For Zubaz, though, while no loss is good, the best losses are when you score the most points. Playoff implications are always at hand, and the more points means better odds of getting in. Andrew Donkey Boy Luck continues to be the best quarterback in fantasy with 30.62 points for Zubaz, and seeing Eddie Lacy get in the red zone has got to pump GM Casey Beinlick's nads. They fall 112.62 to Hot Graham's 119.78. Our third matchup was my lock of the week. The GOAT takes on 50 Shades of Gold. But did 50 Shades of Gold keep my good name from being besmirched and my good guesses from being, ruined somehow? After Kirk Cousins came out on Thursday night and laid a turd on the field for the GOAT, it was starting to look that way for GM Brian Chavez to get his first win of the season, too. Wisely, he started Martellus Bennett this week and got 13.4 points from him. Also, Phillip Rivers and their bye-week defense, the Eagles of Philadelphia, both scoring over 26 points, didn't hurt, and put the GOAT back in the barn. His team may not have been able to get the win, but leaving the great and venerable Matthew Stafford on his bench with 26.52 points has got to feel awful for the GOAT. Final score, and making me look good, 50 Shades of Gold, 104.98 to GOAT 74.88. Next, we had Breezy Bushes versus Force It in Her Butt. I got this one dead wrong because Force It in Her Butt came along Breezy Bushes on the wrong week. Steve Smith Sr., who has surprised people with his production this year, was facing his old team, and boy did he put on a clinic. Scoring 25.9 points and looking angry while doing it. Forsett stood little chance. Forsett didn't look all bad though, with 22 points from Big Ben Roethlisberger and another 4 double-digit scores on their team. They had a nice base to work from, so it's a pretty nice start there. Problem was Atlanta only got them -8 and aided in their loss 79.16 to 98.1. The Don Goodell takes on Mother Tuckers in our last matchup. Yep, it sure is. Now, the Don Goodell through 4 weeks is starting to show that their hot start wasn't some fluke, like everyone thought it was, including myself. They put up more huge scores this week, including finishing for nearly 130 total points. Thanks to 20-plus point performances from Matty Ice, Randall Cobb, and another stunning performance from DeMarco Murray. Now Mother Tuckers has 2 performances of 20-plus points from players like Jamie Charles in his 27.5 and 25.7 from downtown Antonio Brown, who may end up being the top wide receiver this year. But what Mother Tuckers lacked was consistency, and that's always the key. No one else on their starting roster broke double digits. It's pretty tough to win that way. Final score here, the still undefeated Don Goodell, 129.52, to the 1-3 Mother Tuckers, 87.18. That wraps up the recap portion of this week's games, but you may remember I made some predictions, so how'd I do? I went 2 for 2 and 3. Not that good, but there's more weeks ahead. Biggest loser goes to Kuhn and the Cobb, scoring only 61 points and almost losing by 50 something. That's gotta sting. So Kuhn and the Cobb's only 2-2, so they've got time to fix things up. But who knows? It's a short season after a little bit here, and it's gonna start to matter whether or not you can streak with wins or losses. Don't be streaking losses, Kuhn and the Cobb. Our bench boo-boo for week 4. We didn't have one. There wasn't anyone. So it's kind of an odd week. I thought maybe Zubaz might have it by only losing by 7.16 points, but they actually started their optimal roster with only one person on their bench not on a bye. LeGarrette Blount wasn't outscoring any of his starting roster, so he didn't get it. Thought maybe Mother Tuckers could have had it since he sat Frank the Terminator Gore and his outscoring of CJ Spiller by 15 points. But he didn't get it either. It wouldn't matter because he couldn't have won. So no one gets bench boo-boo this week. It just is a blank. So move on from there. Just because some of you didn't have the weeks you're hoping for, take solace in knowing that there is still time to start paying attention to this league and being relevant again. So that's always good. It all starts here in week 5. This will be another great week. We got the Tigers postseason going on. They're currently getting kind of whooped, but that's the way it goes. And also there's a lot of tight matchups to come ahead here for the HFL. I'll keep doing predictions until I don't feel like doing them anymore. So here we go. I got Hot Graham taking out Breezy Bushes. My squad joiking off will put down Zubaz. The GOAT will put Kuhn the Cobb on a 3-game losing streak. The Don Goodell will fall this week. Will fall to force it in her butt. And 50 Shades will have another nice week and start streaking with wins. That does it for week 4 of the recap. I'm Mark Krasinski, saying bad luck to all of you.
Everyone knows the crown pays, and everybody does it. Everyone knows the crown